on the chair. No scent of jasmine in the air, but stillness swept across the floor and painted shapes I can't ignore. No colors loud, no canvas white, just shadow sketches in the light. What the stillness drew was more than farewells do. It shaped the way the silence curled around the edges of my world. No clue, no cue. What the stillness drew was all she meant without a view. The mirror caught her not today, but framed the emptiness her way. A pillow leaned where dreams once fell, a lamp turned off but warm as well. Each quiet thing she never said now lives in corners of my bed. What the stillness drew was memory in hue. Not in her voice, not in her name, and in the way the windows frame the love we knew. What the stillness drew were lines that time could not undo. Some endings ring like final bells, but others hum in softer spells. And when the room forgets her face, the silence sketches back her place. And what the stillness drew is all I still walk through. Not ghosts, not grief, just tender air that speaks of someone once so fair, too soft, too rude. What the stillness drew was her in everything I do. We stood between the open door. The words we knew had said no more. Her eyes looked down, my hands were still, a space too wide, a breath to fill. No argument, no final plea, just waiting on what couldn't be. Before the quiet spoke, we hung on every joke, like laughter might rewind the fall, like echoes might still scale the wall. No word we broke, Before the quiet spoke, we listened hard to all we choke. The floor was clean, the air was thin, like love had left but not walked in. She brushed her sleeve like dust from years. I smiled too soft to catch her tears. A clock somewhere had paused its tick, as if the end had one more trick. Before the quiet spoke, the moment nearly broke. I saw her mouth begin to part, but silence beat her to the start, too sharp to cloak. Before the quiet spoke, it told me more than hearts provoke. It told me more than words. Some farewells land without a sound, but leave the loudest kind around. And when the hush begins to rise, it casts the truth we can't disguise. Before the quiet spoke, the room exhaled its smoke. She turned not fast but like a thread, unspooling words we never said, no dream we stoke. Before the quiet spoke, I knew what love could not revoke. No creak beneath her heel that day, no curtain flinched to mark her way. The door still swung, the breeze was still, but something left against my will. She didn't whisper, didn't sigh, just faded like a winter sky. She closed without sound, no echo to rebound, no clatter of a final word, no silence sharp enough to hurt, just ground unbound. She closed without sound and left the air too still to drown. Her cup remained a ring of tea, but nothing else stayed near to me. The clock hands kept their rigid pace, but every tick forgot her face. And though the lamp still lit the frame, the room no longer spoke her name. She closed without sound, like snow upon the ground. No warning wind, no trailing coat, just absence soft enough to float, call profound. She closed without sound and left me where no noise is found. Not every end comes with a chord. Some simply step beyond the board. And what is gone without a trace, his heart is still a dead place. She closed without sound, no goodbye to expound, just vanished in the breath between two thoughts too tired to convene. No shout, no crown. She closed without sound and took the world that spun around. It started where her shoulder turned, the golden sheen no longer burned. The way the sun once kissed her skin now faded soft and folded in. No sudden dark, no violent fall, just light retreating from the wall. Where the light undid, our warmth began to skid. No spotlight left on what we were, just shadows drifting out of blur. No lid, no bid. Where the light undid, we lost the glow we never hid. Corners used to shine with us, a radiance in every hush. But windows stopped their gentle play and let the color drain away. Her smile reflected less each time, like photos left in sun too long. Where the light undid, the love no longer slid between the cracks of daily grace, and just empty gold on silent space. No word amid. Where the light undid, we watched the morning slowly rid. I chased the beam across the floor, but found it knocking on no door. And when she turned to say goodbye, the room forgot how light replies. Where the light undid was where her shadow hid. No spark remained for me to hold, just dust pretending to be gold. No cry, no kid. Where the light undid is where our quiet truth was bid. There used to be her coat right there, hung soft beside the wooden chair. The scent of books, a laugh at noon, a humming low that filled the room. But now the air is clean and cold, like something sacred growing old. When the room forgot the shape her silence brought, no echo rang along the sill, no breeze returned her voice to fill. Just time that fought. When the room forgot, it let her go without a thought. The cushion rose, the curtains dried, the mirror gave no look to hide. The shadows once where she would stand have leveled out like even sand. And though I searched each drawer and tile, the space refused to give a sign. When the room forgot, it emptied what was not. No photos blinked with secret code, no floorboard sighed beneath the load, no whisper caught. When the room forgot, it left me there with what it's not. Tired of names that wouldn't stay, of voices ghosted yesterday. When the room forgot, it turned without a blot, erased her footsteps from the door and begged me not to ask for more. No threat, no, not. When the room forgot, I understood what time had taught. I wrote her name on notebook lines with ink that blurred through crossing times. It used to shine with golden grace. Now every letter hides a face. When I speak it, it feels wrong, like echoes tone that stay too long. Shadows under her name, no fire left, no flame, just shapes of what I can't recall. The beneath a tree. It used to mean the world to me, but now the bark has swallowed deep each curve decay, each vow asleep. And still I stand with open palms, but hold no voice, no heat, no qualms. Shadows under her name, like footprints drowned in rain. No photograph could draw her whole, just blurred out lines where time took toll, too dim to frame. Just shadows under her name, and I don't whisper it the same. Some names survive in songs and stone, but hers just left me more alone. A word once bright with breath and spark now barely stirs the quiet dark. Final battles under her name is all that still remains. No syllable can bring her back, no melody can fill the crack. Just dusk, no flame, shadows under her name. And I forgot the way she came. She smiled but didn't hold the line. Her laughter cracked just past the spine. She spoke but paused before each word, like every sound no longer stirred. I felt her hand slip from my knee, like wind that's leaving from the sea. Before the sky turned, the light was thin and stern. The sun still shone, but with a sigh, like even it had learned goodbye. The blue still burned before the sky turned, but love already ceased to yearn. She moved around like she was gone. Her body stayed but drifted on. The coffee cooled before her sip. Her name began to lose its grip, and in her gaze I saw a gate. She'd found the key, I found the way. Before the sky turned, I saw the quiet churn. The leaves all trembled without breeze. The minutes slowed like aching knees. No flame discerned. Before the sky turned, but something left that won't return. We think the sky must first go black before we know she won't come back. Some goodbyes are made of haze, of daylight losing all its blaze before the sky turned. She whispered with concern, not for herself, but for the end that neither lover could defend. No wrath, no spurn, before the sky turned. She let go softer than the wind. She stood beneath the amber sky, a shadow drawn before goodbye. Her hands were calm, her breath was low. The world turned slow, but she let go. I thought she'd pause or turn around, but silence held its sacred ground. She walked past dusk, beyond the glow, where day forgets the things we know. No lanterns lit, no voices call, just evening leaves that slowly fall. No rush, no husk, she walked past dusk and left me watching shadows grow. The porch light burned my coffee cool. The birds had hushed, the crickets ruled. I watched her fade into the blend of fading blue that marked the end. The orange left her hair like flame, then vanished with no one to name. She walked past dusk like parting air, too soft to grasp, too real to bear. The trees all leaned, but made no sound, as if they knew she wouldn't turn around. No ask, no must, she walked past dusk, and I just froze and stood right there. They say dusk is where love lingers, a twilight trace on tired fingers. But some walk through and don't look back, and leave you staring at the black. No ask, no musk, she walked past dusk, and I just froze and stood right there. They say dusk is where love lingers, a twilight trace on tired fingers. But some walk through and don't look back, and leave you staring at the black. the door but left no sound. Just shifted air and settled ground. The clock still ticks the way it did, but echoes louder where she hid. Each room retains her turning glance, like silence waiting for a dance. Echoes in her wake, not loud enough to break, but strong enough to stretch the walls and whisper through these empty halls. No shake, no quake, just echoes in her wake. And every step I take still stalls. Her mug remains upon the sill. The tea long cold, the window still. A book half read with dog-eared page still hums with her, still holds her stage. I try to speak, but breath won't bend, for echoes do not comprehend. Echoes in her wake, the sound the silence makes when someone leaves but won't let go of all the things they used to know. No give, no take, just echoes in her wake, and haunting like the dusk will show. She's gone in body, not in tone. She's absence that I walk alone. And every word I think to say returns in her forgotten way. Echoes in her wake, like footsteps I mistake for hers, though I've long known the truth. The air still smells of borrowed youth. No song to fake, just echoes in her wake, and I've grown used to her ache. The room was still, not even air, just faded light and empty chair. No ticking clock, no whispered sound, yet something moved without a bound. I stood so still, but deep inside, the hush was where she used to hide. Stillness felt like her, the way she used to stir, without a step, without a word, like silence only she preferred. No breath, no blur. Stillness felt felt like her, and every quiet cried her name. I reached for books she used to read. Their pages slept but seemed to bleed. The walls exhaled a softer shade, like echoes she herself had made. She wasn't there, and yet so near. Inside the quiet I could hear. Stillness felt like her, a presence lost in blur. She didn't knock, she didn't stay, but stilled the noise in her own way. No touch, no whisper. Stillness felt like her, and every pause became her claim. Some people live in moments aloud. She lived inside the drifting cloud, not meant to last, not meant to leave, but held in hush that makes you grieve. Stillness felt like her, the way light finds the fair, the way the night begins to sigh, without a need to ask why. She's gone for sure, yet stillness felt like her. And now the silence says goodbye. She didn't stay, she didn't try, just touched my life and passed me by, like sunlight on a passing train, too brief to name, too bright to frame. But ever since the colors bend, as if she taught the day to end, passing through her light, the shadows turned polite. She didn't stay, but changed the tone of every room I walk alone. No fire, no fight, just passing through her light, and I'm still warmed by what she's shown. She said so little, smiled so wide, left no regrets, left no goodbye. But something in the way she breathed rewrote the air, then quietly left. Now morning finds my window bare, yet golden with her not quite there. Passing through her light, like dust that holds the night. She wasn't mine, she wasn't lost, gave me peace without a cost. No claim, no right, just passing through her life. And somehow that still feels like flight. Some people blaze, some leave a mark. She lit the corners of my dark. No need for names or photographs, just how the day now gently laughs, passing through her light. She changed the world in slight. And though she's gone without a trace, the warmth remains an empty space. No wrong, no right, just passing through her light. And I still see the world that way. The room was still, no clock would tick. The light was low, the shadows thick. But somehow she was in the air, not seen, not touched, but always there. The quiet curved the way she stood, a silent echo made of wood. Even silence knows her shape, the way she leaned, the way she draped. Her sweater hung like breath on glass, still frozen in the time we passed. No sound, no voice, no falling rain, yet everything still speaks her name. Even silence knows her shape, like grief that doesn't try escape. The hallway hums her parting steps. The floor still keeps where laughter slept. I reach for words, they won't arrive. Just stillness learning to survive. Her name's not said, her song's not played, but silence knows her shape, like hands that never quite ungrape. She's carved in pauses, steeped in hush, in every dusk and coffee rush. I speak to space, the air replies with all the ways she never dies. Even silence knows her shape, the outline lost can never scrape. silence fades like seasons pass, but I have found in every calm she lingers more than memories born. Even silence knows her shape. Where candles flicker, hearts reshape. Where nothing moves, and yet The clock had stopped at 2:03. The moon hung low behind the tree. No cars, no wind, no shifting floor, just shadows stretching from the door. I sat alone, the house asleep, when something stirred inside too deep. I found her in the quietest hour. No voice, no shape, no scented flower, just presence like a softened breath, too whole for ghosts, too still for death. She touched the edge of who I am, and suddenly I gave a damn. I found her in the quietest hour, and time stood still to grant its power. The light was off, the air was cold, but in that hush, her hands took hold. She didn't speak, she didn't move, yet every ache began to soothe. She sat where once her pillow lay, and smiled like dawn in muted gray. I found her in the quietest hour, not flesh or bone, but blooming flower. A hush that hung beneath my skin, like lullabies from deep within. No photograph, no trace to find, just echo dancing through my mind. I found her in the quietest hour. When grief gave grace a final bower, some love returns not in the day, but when the world has stepped away. When silence hums its sacred song, she comes to prove she's never gone. I found her in the quietest. The sky pretended it was blue, as if it didn't miss her too. The sun came out but looked away. It didn't warm me much that day. The wind wore spring like Sunday clothes, but carried silence no one chose. The sky pretended it was blue, but I could see the aching through. It painted light on every tree, while shadows whispered back to me. And though the clouds were white and slow, they held a grief they didn't show. The sky pretended it was blue, just like I used to, loving you. Neighbors smiled like morning news. The birds rehearsed their happy cues, but underneath their scripted grace was something cracked they couldn't face. I walked alone beneath the hue of something false and far from true. The sky pretended it was blue, a shade she'd always walk into. She'd laugh and lift her face to light, but now that color stings too bright. I almost waved into the air, but knew full well she wasn't there. The sky pretended it was blue, and I pretended I moved through. It's funny how the world puts on its makeup just to carry on, while hearts like mine are out of tune, still stuck inside a colder June. The sky pretended it was blue, like postcards sent but never do. It offered hope in vain disguise to blind the tears beneath my eyes. And though it shines, it doesn't mend, for skies don't break and hearts don't bend. The sky pretended it was blue, and I still miss her through and through. The trees still sway in morning light, but none of them will say it right. The breeze that used to kiss her hair now dances past like she's not there. I called her name into the sky, but clouds just moved and passed me by. Even the wind won't speak her name. It whispers soft but not the same. The fields stay still, the lake won't stir. No echo dares remember her. I beg the pines to sing her tune, but silence fell on sun and moon. Even the wind won't speak her name, like loss itself forgot its claim. She walked these hills in summer's breath, but left before she loves still creaks at dawn, but never sways since she's been gone. I stood where laughter used to land, but found just dust inside my hand. Even the wind won't speak her name. It once would dance, now it's just tame. The ocean hums a different key, avoiding chords of memory. The sparrow waits to start its song, as if it knows that name is wrong. Even the wind won't speak her name, and nature too has left the frame. Maybe the earth has made a pact to guard her name and not look back. Or maybe I'm the only one still chasing ghosts beneath the sun. Even the wind won't speak her name, and I've grown tired of taking blame. If gales forget and rivers hush, then maybe loss is in the hush. So I just sit beneath the sky and let her fade without goodbye. Even the wind won't speak her name, so neither will I, just the same. You stirred your tea, I stirred my doubts. The words came slow, then wandered out. You asked me how the garden grew. I lied and said, just fine like you. Your smile was soft, your eyes were thin. We talk like rain on rusted tin. We talked like rain on tin, no deeper than the surface skin. Each syllable a drop, not storm. Too cold to heal, too dry to warm. You laughed, but not the way you used, and I replied with half refused. We talk like rain on tin, and never let the real begin. The lamp between us hummed its song, while both of us just played along. You spoke of work, I spoke of sleep, but neither touched what lies too deep. The roof above caught all the sound, but couldn't hold what can't be found. We talk like rain on tin, just echoes from the place we've been. No questions sharp, no answers brave, just words to pass, not love to save. You looked away, I watched the floor as if it held what we came for. We talked like rain on tin, and left the rest to fade within. Some silences speak more than speech, but ours just stay too faint for light. We talk like rain on tin, a melody we'd once begin, but time had bent the notes too low, and we forgot the chords we know. You stood to leave, I didn't stand, just let the moment slip like sand. We talked like rain on tin, and vanished in that quiet din. I was driving down old Highway 9. The sun was low, the light was fine. I flipped the dial just out of road, then caught a chord you used to quote. That melody, it knew our names. The chorus sparked forgotten flames. Half a song on the radio took me back too long ago, when you would hum and tap the dash with laughter soft as summer ash. But static cut the final line and left me stranded in that time. Half a song on the radio was all it took to let you show. Aside, let the wheels breathe, as memory curled like fallen leaves. You sang that verse in morning's light, still in my shirt from yesterday's night. It wasn't much, it wasn't planned, but God, you fit just right in hand. Half a song on the radio was more than silence ever showed. It filled the seat you used to claim and whispered pieces of your name, but then it faded soft and slow, like love that doesn't wanna go. Half a song on the radio, and suddenly I missed you so. Say the past don't play rewind, but music cheats the rules of time. One minor key, one lyric low, and you return with all you know. Half a song on the radio, let me feel what I let go. She didn't slam the door behind, just tied her scarf and cleared her mind. The coffee pot was still half full, the sky outside a gentle wood, her footsteps softer than the rain. No final words, no sharp refrain. She left like Sunday morning, no thunder, no warning, just sunlight spilling on the floor, and quiet where her voice once swore. She didn't cry, she didn't shake, just walked away before I'd wait. She left like Sunday morning, and nothing's felt so wide and full. Her jacket hung for weeks to come, still smelled like rose and setting sun. Her book laid open on page 9, a note she never got to sign. The radio still played her song, but somehow it all felt so wrong. She left like Sunday morning, no storm, just light adorning the space between what could have been and all we held too deep within. She kissed the air, or so it seemed, and disappeared like fading dream. She left like Sunday morning, soft as breath, twice as warm. She left like Sunday morning, still warm yet slowly forming, a memory that's hard to keep, like whispered prayers we talk in sleep. She left no fight, she left no clue, just folded skies and shades of blue. She left like Sunday morning, and I still wake to her undoing. The kettle sings, but not like her. No lilt, no laugh, no whispered stir. She used to hum while boiling tea, now silence sits where she would be. The hallway holds a colder sound, since all her vows stopped hanging round. Where her voice used to be is just the hum of memory. No melody to fill the room, no notes to chase away the gloom. I strain to hear a spoken trace, but only stillness takes her place. Where her voice used to be, there's only me and vague they can see. She spoke in ways both soft and wide. Her words would bloom and never hide. Now every wall reflects my tone, and echoes prove I live alone. The wind blows through, the floors will creak, but none of them sound quite like speak. Where her voice used to be is just the scrape of falling key. The radio won't find her song, the birds outside don't sing along. I called her name in last night's dream, but woke to stillness cold and clean. Where her voice used to be is now a hush that shadows me. I read aloud, but it falls flat, like strings without the notes they sat. She gave the house its steady tune. Now night arrives a bit too soon. Where her voice used to be, I pour my words like lost debris, but all the vowels collapse mid-air, with no soft voice to meet them there. And though I speak into the light, I'm answered only by the night. Where her voice used to be still aches in every melody.
The drapes are thin, the glass still clear, but everything has changed in here. The chair still leans the way you sat, your shadow tucked inside your hat. The sun still spills the golden dust, but what it shines on now is rust. The window faced the past, it held the love we thought would last. It framed your smile that lit the dawn, then watched you turn and just be gone. It saw the days we didn't speak, it knows the cracks, it heard the creak. The window faced the past, and now it shows me what won't last. You trace the fog with quiet hands, draw hearts and names in shifting sands. I watched you dream beyond the glass of distant hills and greener grass. But still you stayed until the night you left with neither blame nor fight. The window faced the past, it froze the scenes we lived too fast. The dance we did in morning's light, the silence thick on sleepless nights. It doesn't lie, it doesn't weep, just stares where memories softly sleep. The window faced the past, look out to see the new. I look in and still see you. A frame of pain, a silent vow that keeps me in the here and now. The window faced the past, and through its lens the times recast. The street remains, the sky still blue, but none of it looks back like you. And as I sit where we once laughed, I see the ghost of photographs. The window faced the past, and somehow still it holds us fast. I strummed a chord I used to know from nights when hearts refused to go. And as the notes began to bend, I felt a chill, I called a friend. The air grew thick, the light grew long. I heard her in my quiet song. I heard her in my song, like footsteps echoing too strong, like wind that whispers from the trees but never bows to eyes or pleas. Her name stayed buried in the rhyme, but every note recalled the time I heard her in my song, though she's been gone so long. The chorus hit, that minor turn, the place where old regrets still burn. And in that space between the lines, she filled the room with old designs. Not flesh or face, just tone and hue, somehow more than words could do. I heard her in my song, like shadows humming all night long. The melody we used to play now sings her back in faint decay. The strings remember what I each harmony recounts the cost. I heard her in my song and knew where she belonged. Some say the past is just a trick, but chords can conjure ghosts so quick. And when I play, I don't pretend it's her I hear before the end. I heard her in my song, not right, not wrong, just where she's strong. A harmony she left in me that haunts in every minor key. So when they ask where she's gone, I say she lives in every song. My song, and maybe she was never gone. Sheets don't crease the way they used. No pillow leans like once they mused. Your side is cold, the scent is gone, just cotton ghost where dreams held on. I lay the same, but somehow still the bed no longer bends to will. The bed forgot our shape, like sand that smooth the castles drape. Like how a song fades in a refrain, once sung now lost in window pane. It used to cup where you would curl, but now it's just a stranger's world. The bed forgot our shape, like time erased the place we draped. The headboard creaks but not in tune. It used to hum like late June moon. The blanket falls without your side, like silence learning where to hide. And I still reach at 2 a.m., but shadows don't remember them. The bed forgot our shape, no hollow left for hearts to drape. The mattress stiff from too much still, where once we rolled, now no such thrill. I try to dream in spots you knew, but sleep avoids the shape of you. The bed forgot our shape, and in its form I feel escape. Some spaces hold, some slowly fade, like names the morning light betrayed. And even softness grows unkind when left too long by love's design. The bed forgot our shape, no curve, no dip, no shared escape. Just linen smooth by weeks alone, and whispers stitched in undertone. I lay beside what once was us, now just a frame collecting dust. The bed forgot our shape, but I still ache where you would drape.
You didn't slam the door that day. No tire scream, no voice to sway. Just quiet steps on wooden floor and air that didn't breathe no more. The lamp stayed on, the clock kept time, but something vanished from the rhyme. No one heard the goodbye, no echo, no tear in the sky. Just the sound of chairs not pulled in space where morning once was full. I looked around but nothing said that love had packed and softly fled. No one heard the goodbye, but it still rings when nights go dry. The mail still came, the dog still barked, the porch light blinked when evenings darked. But your coat stayed behind the door, like it might guard the you before. The kettle boiled, the floorboards creaked, but not the words I wish you'd speak. No one heard the goodbye, no phone call, no final sigh, just a whisper lost in dust in coffee cups we used to trust. I checked for notes, I checked for clues, but all you left was faded shoes. No one heard the goodbye, except the air that watched us die. Some leave with thunder, some with flame, but you withdrew without a name. And all that silence now remains, like cold-in curtains after rains. No one heard the goodbye, but I still feel it walking by. Each time I open doors too slow, expecting you but always know it wasn't loud, it wasn't fair. It vanished like a midnight prayer. No one heard the goodbye, but it's the only sound still there.